Right now, someone is using your kindness against you. Not tomorrow, not last year, right now. While you are being patient, they are being strategic. While you are being generous, they are keeping score in their favor. While you are giving the benefit of the doubt, they are calculating exactly how much more they can take. And the worst part, the part that will sit with you after this video ends, is that you already know who they are. You have felt it, that slow drain, that quiet frustration after you gave again, helped again, forgave again, and received nothing but expectation in return. You are not weak, you are not broken, but you have been predictable. And predictability in a world full of wolves is the most dangerous thing you can be. You were raised to believe that kindness is currency, that if you give enough, eventually the world pays you back, that good men finish first, eventually. They told you patience is a virtue. They told you turn the other cheek. They told you be the bigger person. And so you were, over and over and over again. And what did it cost you? Opportunities, respect, time, energy, relationships where you carried the weight and they carried the benefits. The system did not fail you by accident. People did not take advantage of you by accident. Your kindness was readable, and anything readable can be exploited. There was a man born in Florence in 1469 who understood this better than almost anyone who has ever lived. He watched kings rise and fall. He watched good men destroyed and ruthless men crowned. He studied power not as a theory, but as a battlefield, and he wrote down what he found, not what people wanted to hear, but what was true. His name was Niccolo Machiavelli, and for 500 years, the powerful have read him in private while telling everyone else to be nice. He wrote, "It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot be both." That single line was not cruelty, it was diagnosis, a warning about what happens when the world mistakes your love for leverage. This knowledge is for protection, not destruction. The first thing Machiavelli would tell you is this: your kindness has a reputation, and that reputation is working against you. When you are known as the person who always helps, always forgives, always shows up, you are not admired, you are scheduled. People do not appreciate what they can predict, they plan around it. Think about the friend who only calls when they need something, the coworker who dumps their tasks on you because you never say no, the partner who stopped trying because they knew you would stay regardless. They are not evil, they are efficient, and you trained them. Every time you gave without condition, you taught them that conditions do not apply to you. The action? Start being unpredictable in your generosity. Give when they do not expect it. Withhold when they do. Let them feel the uncertainty. Certainty breeds entitlement. Uncertainty breeds respect. Drop this in the comments. I was never too kind. I was too predictable. The second lesson is about silence. Machiavelli understood that the man who speaks less is the man who controls more. When you are kind, you tend to over-explain, you justify, you apologize, you soften, you say sorry before you have even done anything wrong just to keep the peace. And every word you offer is information. Every explanation is a map of your boundaries or the places where you have none. Think about the last time you explained yourself to someone who did not deserve the explanation. You gave them a speech, they gave you a shrug. That asymmetry is not coincidence, it is power. They did not explain themselves because they did not feel they had to. And that feeling, that quiet confidence in their own position, came from watching you scramble to justify yours. The action: stop explaining, state, do not defend. A lion does not explain why it moved. The third lesson cuts deeper. You have been confusing softness with safety. You believe that if you are kind enough, harmless enough, agreeable enough, people will not hurt you. That being good is a shield. It is not. It is a target. In the real mechanics of human behavior, people do not avoid hurting the kind. They avoid hurting the dangerous, the unknown. Kindness signals availability. It says, I am open, I am accessible, I will absorb whatever you send my way. And the dark truth is that human beings, when given an open target, will eventually use it. Not because they are monsters, because it's there. The action: let people wonder about you. Let there be rooms in you they have never entered, depth they have never measured. That mystery is armor. Drop this in the comments. Stop being someone's safe option. Become their uncertainty. The fourth lesson is about favors. Machiavelli was meticulous about the economy of favors. He knew that a favor given freely is not seen as a gift, it's seen as a baseline. The next time, they expect the same. The time after that, they expect more. And the moment you cannot deliver, you are suddenly the one who has failed them. Think about the last time you went out of your way for someone, genuinely sacrificed your time, energy, maybe money, and they barely acknowledged it. Not because they are ungrateful animals, but because you priced it at zero, and zero is what they valued it at. You priced yourself out of your own worth. The action: when you do something significant for someone, let it land. Do not immediately minimize it. Do not say it was nothing. It was nothing. Let them sit with the weight of what you gave. That weight is respect. The fifth lesson is one most men never learn until they have lost everything to it. Machiavelli warned about the danger of being loved for your usefulness. There's a kind of relationship, and you have been in it, where you are valued entirely for what you provide: your time, your calm, your solutions, your stability. And the moment those things are unavailable, so is the warmth. You have felt this: the sudden distance when you couldn't show up, the coldness when you had nothing left to give. That was not a relationship. That was a transaction wearing the costume of connection. And your kindness, your endless, unconditional kindness, made the transaction invisible to you until the bill came. The action: notice who shows up when you have nothing to offer. Those are your real people. Everyone else is a client. Drop this in the comments. Not everyone who needs you values you. The sixth lesson is about the mask. Machiavelli was not telling you to become cruel. He was telling you to become strategic. There's a version of you that can be warm, genuinely warm, while also being untouchable. That can give, genuinely give, while also maintaining a position that cannot be moved. The mistake you have made is believing kindness and strength are opposites. They are not. But unguarded kindness, kindness without discernment, without borders, without the willingness to withdraw, that is not virtue. That is vulnerability dressed up as character. The action: decide who has earned your full warmth. Not everyone gets access to the deepest version of you. That version is reserved. That version is rare. Rarity creates value. Exposure destroys it. The seventh and final lesson is about the men who tried to warn you. Throughout your life, there have been moments, small, quiet moments, where something in you knew that you were giving too much, knew that the dynamic was off, knew that you were being used, and you silenced that voice. You called it paranoia, you called it negativity, you chose to believe the best and absorbed the worst. Machiavelli would tell you that voice was not paranoia, that was intelligence, pattern recognition, the animal instinct that has kept human beings alive for millennia, and you trained yourself to ignore it in the name of being good. Start listening again, not with bitterness, with clarity.
There's a difference between seeing people clearly and hating them. Clarity is power. Bitterness is just pain with a story attached. And now we arrive at the place this video was always heading. Because information alone does not transform a man. A moment does. And this is yours. The version of you that absorbed every hit and called it patience, that version served its purpose. It taught you what you needed to learn, but it cannot take you where you are going. The old you is dead. Not gone, not forgotten, dead. Buried under every time you gave more than you received, every time you stayed when you should have walked, every time you swallowed your power to make someone else comfortable. That man is gone. What remains is something else entirely. You are a weapon pointed at your own future.